So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second map.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
It's the rise of Chinese CS. Once again, not only have Tyloo taken a map off of Hellraisers, currently 16-8 up, we've now seen Flash decimate VP. Moving on to Mirage, what do you think, Risk, or is that even worth asking?
Hashtag CSGO to Asia, man. There we go. I think it's
worked out.
hopefully it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully VP are gonna
What does that mean?
as they said on the desk, and shake it off, say, okay, that doesn't matter. That was one map, that's not the whole story. We are VP, we can go back into this, we can come back into the game. We just need to play our standard, our defaults, not even our A game. Our B game at this level will probably suffice. But that's probably not going to be the case, is it?
Yeah, it's so hard predicting. At this point, all predictions out the window. We can see VP stop back.
All statistics we have.
We just
get it off
that,
the table.
All the research we do for these
matter.
events, we come in and then that happens. Like, what can you say? But again, never count VP out. Never count a Chinese team out. Apparently.
Yep.
All jokes aside, Mirage, as the guys are saying on the desk, a far better map for VP. And while this is kind of like your classic Asian map, not only is this a map that Tyloo stomped on, but it's actually an okay map for Flash. While it's not their best, it's definitely up there, and I'd say maybe third or fourth. Coming into this one, it should favor VP map. I mean, did we just see head in hands from Taz before the game? That's like,
I don't hope.
I hope he was rubbing his eyes or something. I hope he didn't have his head in his hands, because if he had
that was a mirage.
Yeah, I hope that was a mirage. That's a good line. Hey. If that's happening before the game, that's a worrying sign of things to come.
You can see how happy they look on the Flash game side. Like, it's looking so good.
Yeah, mental game's a massive part of this, right? And the most worrying part, I was saying this to you as well after that first match, the most worrying part is if actually Flash managed to complete this, if they take this series down and they win it, not only is it a great victory for them, but it's a shame because it then forces VP into the lower bracket up against Harvu, the team that we said that they could upset, they could get out of groups. We were expecting a rematch versus Renegades later on, for them to get out of the groups. That was the expected way this group was going to go, but we could actually see VP up against Harvu in the lower bracket, which, again, Flash can do it, Harvu can do it, but if VP show up tomorrow, then maybe that could be Harvey.
Well, none of our predictions matter, and Flash Game are going to win the entire tournament.
Who knows? Flash versus Tyloo Grand Final.
China #1.
China #1 in China.
There we go. But yeah, of course, we are just seconds away. You can see on Bialy's screen there, the map is loading, so they're getting into it now, joining the team. So we're going to jump into the knife round very shortly here. But if you're VP at this point, I feel like not only do you have to just shake off the result, you also have to somehow get back into your normal groove. And I feel like Mirage could be the thing that kind of changes that for them, because as we saw on the statistics, they're 12-6 currently in the last 3 months on this map. It's one of these maps that they can always fall back on if something is not going up to par against really good teams. Hopefully that can be the same for them now, so they can get back into the rhythm. As Natu said, like when he saw that pistol, and I had the same feeling, they're back into the rhythm. They're back into normal VP. I hope Mirage can be that.
Yeah, again, map favor for them, but I mean, just looking at them getting on the server, I mean, you're looking at Flash and they're just smiling along, chatting, etc. VP is sitting their heads in their hands, not smiling, not talking. Again, they're maybe just trying to focus, get ready for the game, but they don't look too happy moving forward. So hopefully they'll be able to regain composure. I want to see this be a third map regardless. I want to see VP recover from that decimation of a first map. That being said, I don't know if I can believe it. I really don't. While I will never count a team out in this kind of situation with VP's inconsistencies, it's really looking tough. And again, I don't think anyone knows what's going to happen.
Actually, the main reason I have for believing that Flash could actually win this is the way that VP reacted mentally to the loss. Because I felt like if they just lost cash and went up straight, went into a huddle, talked about it, I would actually not be afraid. But the way that you saw players with the head in the hands and everything, that kind of makes me doubt that they have the mental fortitude to come back from this, because we know if they just like shrugged it off, if you were like mentally able to just say that doesn't matter, take that straight out of the way, go into Mirage, it's a whole new game, I don't think it would be a problem. But I don't think they can do that right now.
As much as you want to say, like, okay, this is a team that has been through ups, been through downs. They've gone higher than this and they've gone lower than this as well. Yes. They should be able to pull back from this. Just coming off the back of Epicenter, feeling great, feeling revitalized, and maybe themselves not even knowing why they performed so well when they have done nothing before that. For them to come into this event and go, okay, this is just, this is our event. This is one that we're not going to drop maps. We're just going to stomp our way through. And then your opening map just get torn apart like that. That's really got to take a big cut away of your composure. Yeah. Even though you are, such a good team, such good friends, etc. It's got to really hurt. It really has to hurt. And of course, I'll never know what that feeling's like, but these guys definitely do. And it seems to be doing a lot of damage. Hopefully VP will be the ones instead doing damage to Flash moving forward into second map, just for their own sake.
Yeah, and for the sake of the game, of course, we always hope to see that third map when you have a best of three to really find that middle ground, because usually the way that the veto processes work for you guys who are maybe new to this is that like you're usually win your map because that's where you have an advantage. And Cash is a map that I feel like, well, Chinese teams are very good on it, VP good as well, but that's like maybe one of the advantages they can have. On Mirage, even though, okay, yeah, Flash are not bad at it either, this should be VP's map. That means if we can go to map 3, which is going to be Cobblestone, I feel like that could be an even more exciting game to see if we see both teams really step it up, get it really close. If VP wins this, let's say like 16-4, and then we go into Cobblestone, that could be a whole new matchup, but still.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself earlier about, a team like SK always comes into events that they eventually win, but they always end up dropping the first map. I mean, we even looked at, like, what was it, ESL 1 Cologne this year? They went up against Space Soldiers, the team that qualified all the way through into that event, their first big event, in 16-14 on Cash as well. It was an upset. And we look at even Tai Lu going back to, like, DreamHack Masters, like, last year, I think it was. Yeah. Their opening map, they're taking down teams like Na'Vi, teams like Luminosity, who are now SK. This is pretty common. Opening maps of events, we do see upsets.
And that's how it is sometimes with a lot of traveling that goes into it. The team that travels a lot cannot prepare directly for a tournament like VP in this example. They're just going to have to go off the fumes that they have from Epicenter. They're not going to have preparation for this team either, while, let's say, a team like Flash, they've had not all the time in the world because they were at the Asian minor as well. Yeah. But they have had more time to prepare and more headroom to prepare than VP.
And they've not even had to travel as well. Of course, they went to Korea for the Asian minor, but other than that, they're in their home country trying to perform. And while we have Kaze, who's from Malaysia, I imagine he lives in China. I don't know that. But yeah, like the travel takes a big part of it as well. I know you're exhausted. I'm exhausted from coming here. VP, I'm sure, exhausted, especially after just winning Epicenter a couple of days prior. Or sorry, not winning, second place at Epicenter.
Also because
a couple of days prior,
they have to have used every single last piece of their reserves to get into that final and to play like they did in that final. I don't think there was anything left in them energy-wise and like knowledge-wise and strat-wise, because they put out everything to take SK so far. Imagine being that exhausted, then traveling 10 hours, 12 hours, and then going straight here the day after and then playing an important game. That is a very hard thing to do, even for a team like VP.
I mean, you can't just attribute a 16-4 loss to... I don't like using the word worst because it implies they're bad, but like coming into this event, Flash were probably the bottom of my list for teams in terms of who I thought was going to perform in place, and not only because of lack of results, but also they were in the tougher of the two groups. Okay, not only do we have VP, who are definitely contenders to win this event despite losing the first map, we also have a multitude of strong teams like Renegades, like Harvu, and again this is the second best team in China as well. We've even got the best team in China in Group A right now beating Hellraisers, who beat them first map, as we just said, 16-8 on Cobblestone. I'm not sure how the second map's going to go. That's playoff stream for those unaware. But you know, not only Tai Lu winning there, but Flash winning here. This is a big day for Chinese CS.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, a lot of Chinese fans clapping their hands right now as this could be another great victory.
And it'd be great to see a Chinese team actually make it through groups and go to the stage
Yes.
as well. That would be very, very hard, but with Flash winning this, if they do, of course, and make it to the upper bracket, they can have 2 shots, 2 best of 3s with a chance to qualify for the playoffs. And
I would
then to
also
have
say
a Chinese audience.
Yeah, before this, like, of course, VP losing the first map, I would say that Tyler would have a better chance of being heroic than Flash would have at beating VP.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
now, like, the cards have kind of changed. But still, like, Tyler are not bad anyway, and they're beating Hellraisers right now. Let's hope for a great match against Heroic when we get there as well in that group. But for now, this is the game. Of course, as you probably are guessing, we still haven't started yet. Just waiting on. I'm not sure if it's the players of the servers at this point, but definitely still waiting here. But I'll be ready to go into the game as soon as possible, guys.
Yeah, this is really a day of upsets. You know, while we had Renegades kind of clean sweep over Harvey that we expected, they put up a good fight there. Obviously, Heroic 2-0 Spirit. I don't think that's too much of a surprise.
First map very close, but second map as we expected.
Yeah, it's a very weird day, I would say, here in Shanghai, but it's about to be a little bit weirder. Or is it? Flash Gaming versus VP. Second map here. If you just missed the first, well, I can't blame you. It was fast. A 16-4 win in the favor of Flash. Yes, you heard me correctly. In the favor of Flash. And we now head to VP's map pick. Their chance to make redemption happen here on Mirage. Bring things to Cobblestone, a map that should definitely favor them as well. So this is going to be VP's opportunity. If they bring this to Cobble, this could very well be their match. But starting things off on the right foot at least. Knife round going their way. They can pick the side.
I feel like it doesn't actually matter that much what side you start on Mirage, especially when you're a team like VP who has both a very strong CT side and very strong T side. But momentum-wise and confidence-wise, winning that knife round hopefully could be like the one that ignites the spark in them and say, okay, this is where we start coming back.
Well, they lost it in the previous map. I don't think that was the issue. I think the issue was the anti-ecos after winning the pistol. VP.
There were a lot of issues. Let's be real.
Yeah, that is. I think that's the biggest one. That's the biggest outlier.
Yeah.
You win 2 pistols and you get 4 rounds in a map. Like not a single anti-eco on both those pistols. And again, the coin flip. We literally said it before the game. This game's a coin flip. It continues to be so. Into the second map, Risk. Official prediction. I'm going to throw you under the bus. Is it an upset? Is it Flash?
I think Flash take it 2-0. Oh. I hate to say it.
Oh, he called it.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing. I'd say.
I feel so bad for saying that. And I'm probably going to be flamed for being a VP fanboy, which I am not. Of course, I'm from Denmark, so I'm an Astralis fanboy. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
But
Classic jokes.
I feel so bad for them if this goes 2-0 Flash.
Well, let's jump right in. Flash here, T-side, smoke over and Flash to follow. Bialy's playing a passive towards the CT spawn. It's VP giving up the bomb site, but the opening kill goes their way. Nice shots. Pasha through the smoke as well. Going to start to decimate Flash themselves as 3 players remain. It's a push through the smoke from Pasha and another shot from him. Great performance in the pistol round so far. And the bomb goes down, but we still have VP running wild over this one. It's all onto Kaze. They don't know where he is, but they'll work it out soon as Neo grabs the kill. It's a great round for VP to open things up, but it was never their pistols that were the problem, Risk.
No, their pistols were on point in the first map. And Pasha here on point as well with the double kill. Nice frags from the smoke. They even pre-fired the correct angles where the terrorist players were hiding in. Everything was pretty much on point there for VP. It comes down to, let's say, the anti-ecos, but also the buy rounds, Splash Gaming, get the utility, and all that stuff going on. But this, we do see a Mac 10.
I like this. I'm
I'm
in full support. If they go for this force, I'm completely behind it. They picked up both force buys on the first map.
This only a Mac 10 though.
I'm not
head
sure.
armor.
I'm not sure if that's communication issues or them just going, okay, we'll just use attacker as a point man, run into the bomb site, try and do damage, and then we'll go slowly behind, or just miscommunication. Yeah. It's a weird buy, but Flash mainly going for eco here.
Well, let's have a look how they're going to play this one out. Looks for Flash timing on that B bomb site. Snacks is getting ready. He's getting hungry. Already took a bout out of the Big Apple at New York. Let's see if he can take a bout out of China here. As he's ready with the MP9. And as I say that, he rotates back, of course.
Caster's curse in full effect.
Trying to light it up. He's having the window position right now, so he can get that first frag rotate down easily.
Yeah, just drop off when he gets a kill, and Flash going to begin to push up. It's contact. They play slow, and they get caught. Snacks kill, falls back, as you said. Looks for a little bit more as they begin to burst, but he's repositioned. 2 frags found. Entry comes in, but it's defense kills from Pasha that really matter. Rotation from short got to be good, and while that 1-Mac-10 from attacker grabs a kill, it shouldn't be his round. He's upgraded, and this man is a dangerous one. But he's left in a 1v3, and VP luckily playing very passive, not going to give attacker the option for another kill. He moves back up through short, but they're already posted. Neo frag, VP round. They keep things going finally.
And this is the problem when you're in a 1v3 like that. So what you basically want to do is want to create 3 individual 1v1s, but there's no one peeking you for market. You know that's going to be at least 1 short, and in this situation there's 2. But you cannot go aggressive and go and fight Bialy either, because you cannot go too far away out of market. You cannot go too far away from the bomb site, even though you want to create that 1v1. So in that situation, that's almost an unwinnable round there. Nice shutdown from VP. Flash this time around. So we do see AKs galore, 4 of them.
Yeah, attacker even dropped over an AK as well. There's no way he'd be able to buy that himself without the bomb plant. So at least Flash know who their point man is. And let's see if he can have a similar performance to the first map, or maybe Carcer as well. He dropped 22 kills. It's going to be fast into middle for Flash. 3 players here. They're setting up standard, but the issue is they've left the bomb very, very far away towards T-spawn. So they want to, go quickly. If they get this pick and to try and burst, one player has to run all the way back.
I actually like the initial setup that, as we do actually see Fancy picking that one up. The initial setup the VP did, where they picked 2 guys aggressively going down A ramp to check that out, to get some early map information, map control, and then rotate back when there's still nothing, and then kind of like hold around the mid, give a bit of map control to Flash on the mid, but still hold it down, so they have the vision and the information of what's going on for a big part of the round. But Taz low and Bialy already dead.
Yeah, they split to connector again, yet to get this bomb. I don't know if this is an issue for Flash. Have they realized this yet? They're about to, sorry. Carcer finds the entry, and Passer responds with 2 kills, but it's still going to be the bomb site taken from Flash. They realize it, but a little too late. Attacker going to begin to run back. I'm very surprised that they didn't work that out, as Neo, he'll grab a kill. So this job's made easier, but now Neo's going to be severely confused, and that's off the back of Flash making a massive mistake. It works in their favor, I guess, because not only can attacker run towards B, but Carcer hears the footsteps of Neo, can hold on to this rotation. So now he's about to walk into the line of sight and into the death of himself, as Carcer will pick up that round for Flash. Nice 3K. Not the man we expect to step up, Niels, but in the first map he did exactly that.
Yeah, Carcer apparently is a great player. Who knew? Actually, we all knew. Very, as I said, very cerebral, very clever, takes a lot of good decisions. We just weren't sure if his aim was going to be up to par when playing up against players like Neo, legends like Pasha, and Snacks as well, known for their great aim, individual skill. We were saying, okay, we're thinking Carcer's, he's not going to be up to snuff for that, but so far he's done very well for himself.
Yeah, and again, this time it's pistols in for VP, but it's not a pistol round as they're shut down to an eco. Flash back in mid. AKs across the board. We even have that R8 in the hands of Snacks. He showed it in the previous map, but he didn't get a kill.
Right now, playing Neo towards underpass, and then only 1 play on that B bomb side. That's kind of risky if they want to go for B execute Flash, but Neo's position here might be paying off as he takes down Kaze. 1-for-1 trade still pretty good in this situation.
Yeah, not too bad for the CT side. This isn't an expected winnable round for VP, so any damage they get is just butter with their bread. So it's Bialy towards the spawn, able to connect the Deagle shot. Oh, they hate to see it. Runs out of ammo. He probably would have hit that as well. It's Flash to find 2, so equaling up the scoreline of their opposition.
And 4 AKs brought into the next round along a lot of utility as well. Do we see the double up?
We do indeed.
Ooh, Snacks and Pasha. This is where it becomes really interesting. If they're throwing out double ups this early in the game, this could be a very good one. Let's see how they're positioning out, because at this point I would love for one of them to go aggressive and get an aggressive peek either towards A ramp or towards mid window. Maybe even towards getting that jump onto the ledge on mid and getting across on top of the smoke. But it's going to be standard B mid window there for Snacks. Smoke goes down top mid, as we usually see. And Pasha actually peeks at the same time from connector, so that double peek going on. But it actually doesn't work out. Pasha is down to 15 HP. Nice utility usage. Fancy winning over Bialy. Now Pasha luckily stepping back with the instant revenge frag. That's very important, because that's one thing they did wrong or didn't do at all on that map one, that was revenge fragging. And now, at least for the first one, that's happened.
Yeah, so back into a 4-on-4. Could be worse for VP given the start found for Fancy, and Flash look to take mid once again. They know the double up is in effect, or at least they should. Well, they've actually not spotted Snacks now that I think about it. VP playing fairly passive. It's just going to be Taz up in the connector, and he's on good health. Flash in. As Lovey goes in, Taz will take him down, and now VP taking the man advantage by Storm back in their favor. It's going to be attacker last man standing, and while he can sneak out of the palace here alone, he's got no real support here, so if he goes down, it's all over, and it's actually going to be Caster falling down towards short. Again, bomb dropped, and one by one, Flash starting to lose their duels.
Yeah, and this is what we critiqued VP for doing on map 1, playing too disjointed, playing in individual 1v1s as a T side, not actually going together and executing onto a bomb side, using their utility to kind of flush out and 2v1 these CTs. And that's what's happening right now for Flash. So hopefully they're going to see that in time and find out and recognize the fact that they need to do more, what can you say, unit-based executes towards sites, because it's not going to work out the way that they're playing it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about VP underestimating Flash in the first map as well. Now, on the flip side, we can't have Flash expecting the same performance from VP that we saw on Cash. Exactly. Of course, they're not going to underestimate them. Why would you? But they can't expect VP will play as sloppily. They got to assume VP are going to play top tier here.
Yeah.
And so far, they're winning, so that's good at least. That's something to go with VP, but it's all how long will they hold on to it? Will they hold on to it at all? We'll find out. Fast to mid. Flash, 2 CZs in play, triple AK. Again, smoke out in window will force VP back, so neither of these double orbs can make too much effect in middle. We don't even have an orb facing anywhere on mid. It's Neo on short, it's Taz towards connector. The orbs are on the site.
They had the crossfire setup and they had one man in window, but he rotated off to hold towards B instead. So aggressive play come out. Neo seems to be the answer to it, and I don't think that's the correct one. He goes down to the CZ 75 of Kase. And now Taz in the situation where, okay, where should he rotate to? Should I go to B? Should I stay here? And that's that mid-round call coming into play, not specifically for the team, but for himself, individually deciding in the middle of the round where you want to go. Bialy, though, with a nice frag onto A-ramp, does not see Attacker coming. That secondary frag coming in, Attacker taking down Pasha. 2v4 now, though. VP.
That's such good spray control. He even catches him behind the box on the spray, and now Flash have opened up. Hey, 2 players low and 2Z's still in play, but they actually have the sight. Bomb down and VP up to task for the retake. It's not easy. And with the murder hole being held by the murderer himself, Kasa, Taz is not given a lot of options. If we don't see picks towards the CT spawn from Snacks, we're not going to see a push.
I love playing Kasa in that kind of position because you can afford to give him up. So he's playing very aggressively, holding an angle with the CZ 75. If he hits the first couple of bullets, he's going to get that kill. But I don't think VP are going to be pushing in just yet. That's Snacks picking up a free kill onto Kase, and they're not going to go for this. They're just going to go for exits.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it was a 4v2, not an easy round to push back in, and considering the murder hole is so dangerous to push back in on the retake when you have that position from Caster, and VP know that someone's going to be there as well. There's no way you can easily get back in through that hole. So CT spawn was really their only option unless they went through connect, which again, crossfire potential of having players on stairs and jungle. There's no easy way back into that site, especially not when 2 men down.
It's a clever decision. It's a logical decision to go and save here. And I still feel it's very nice, even though that you feel bad because VP are losing another round. I feel it's very nice that they can keep their composure and actually make logical decisions still. So that means they're not affected 100% by the fact that they just lost a fast map. And that's a very good sign for the rest of this series.
Yeah, let's hope they can step it up and keep it up as we see some aggression from Pasha with the Mag 7. It's a flashbang, but he turns away. Good timing, but he doesn't hit the shot. Just tags Casa, but barely. 85 HP and taking the man advantage. Flash looking good in this round. And with Pasha going fast there, we're going to see VP push up aggressively on ramp. They try and get information in another way towards the A-bomb site. The issue is, with info up towards A, Neo shouldn't be getting too aggressive here because he's now a solo man on B. If he goes down, that's a B-bomb site open.
They should have a rotate now. The middle guy should be rotating. And Neo actually does grab that double, but eventually all of you will get the frag. Secondary rotation coming in now towards market. Snacks with Yorp. Very nice.
Yeah, shuts down one more. Bomb dropped as well, so info grab from VP. And look at the wrap through the T-spawn. They have all the info they need to work with, as it's going to be Taz wrapping the long route round. Flash left to just 2, one in the apartments, but look at Fancy. He's snuck his way inside a jungle, so this flank from him is going to be massive. We have 2 players flanking, but this time VP are aware, whereas I don't think Attacker is. Fancy catching one out, that's Bialy dead. The bomb can be grabbed, it snacks to repeat. Good timing from him, takes the control. Now they know that Fancy's on the back lines as well. It's all where does he come from. He doesn't have time to sneak the entire way, so these footsteps may be heard by Taz, who's gone for that long wrap. And as we said, Attacker wasn't aware that he was being flanked from Taz. That still passes off onto Fancy, so pushing into the apartments here, he might not know. Flashes through, but unsuspecting as Taz finishes off the job. It's a good round from VP.
4-3 here, Flash Gaming. Despite doing quite well in the beginning of the round, I kind of feel like it's the same story as the one they lost just before. Looking a bit disjointed, trying to take individual duels into specific parts of the map. They're not really going together. hopefully with this force buy they're going to throw in here, they're going to add some more speed to it, because right now VP, they seem like they're okay with handling what Flash are throwing at them.
Yeah, I'm surprised to not see Flash burst that A bomb site after. Burst a B bomb site after the kill came out on ramp and Neo, etc. got that work done. I'm surprised. I would have liked to see Flash just play off the back of that pick and just go really, really quickly in despite losing 2 players. But this time they will play fast. It's A. As Bialy sits towards the back of the site, he's on a kill currently. Taz too, but it's Attacker to trade. As you would expect, another frag coming through. Good work done by Attacker, but there's a lot more left as VP still have 3 men up. The smoke will go down towards the cross, but we still have CT with the AWP. That's going to be the main issue right now for Flash. And Snacks will do exactly that. 1 quick kill as Cast is dropped. Attacker's head almost spotted.
See, and this is a problem when you try and go fast onto a bomb site. If you try and go fast and get the couple of entries, and then you go back and just get into a rut, you're just standing still. You saw they were both standing at positions, not really knowing what to do after getting the initial frags, knowing that there are more CTs. And that's the problem. That's why I initially thought you were saying why they didn't just burst onto the A bomb site. Just get some frags in, go on and secure those positions, smokes towards CT, smokes towards jungle. Add some more speed to it. They do the first part, they don't do the second part because they don't have a lot of utility, and they only have, what, 3 AKs in that round, so it's kind of hard for them to get in there, but I feel like if they did an A execute with a lot of speed, and Attacker's entries, as we saw here, were on point, that could be a very, very good way of breaking VP onto this A bomb site, because there's definitely potential. Right now they're setting up for what could be a split A in the end. It's only with pistols, so Pasha here could bomb up a few frags in towards mid, but he can't get too cocky here. Might come a rotation.
Ooh, they split from underpass, and that would usually be an issue, but Snacks is there for defense and doesn't even need it. Pasha's there for 3 kills, so Attacker left dead in the water. No frags for Flash. Although a nice setup. I would have thought that that split could have been a little bit better. The issue was that these players are meant to come out of underpass as soon as the other players hit top mid.
That's
but
basically
it was Pasha bringing the fight, right? So he spots out the players from top mid before the underpass players get in position, and they don't want to rush and give it away. But Snacks even shuts down 1, falls back with the open. Pasha takes 3. Good shutdown from VP, but now we're back on for rifles.
5 smokes now for Flash. 1 Molotov and a bunch of flashbangs. So already a couple being thrown right now. I think that's to take mid control. And yes, it is. So we're going to start with taking mid control as we usually do on Mirage. The question is how are they going to build that into an execute here, because they have a lot of different options. They're actually using 3 of their smokes early on in this round to get these opening duels and kind of block the CTs off. Pasha goes down early on in the round. This is Lovey going in for the short control. Can he get the frag here? That could be such a big opening, but he gets shut down from behind. It's Taz and Neo in unison, and Taz with another one. Such a nice crossfire.
Yeah, and he even goes in for more. Hungry for another frag, will pay the price as Kaze gets the kill. There's still short control up. Neo's still there, and Kaze's aware, so he can't move from this position. If he goes into the open of the stairs, he gets shut down from short, and him being low, there's no way he wins that gunfight. Palace Molotov will stop Fancy from splitting in to try and assist his teammates, so the pressure's on Attacker to take Neo. If Kaze can put up enough of distraction, his kill can come through, but there's no distraction, it's just a peek. And what's that from Attacker? He looks away, and he goes down. It's even Kaze to re-peek, so not even waiting on Fancy to try and support from A, he just gets stuck in the connector and goes down. And with the aggression from Bialy up on ramp, there's no way Fancy suspects his position. You can see multiple fights in that round where VP are unsuspecting positions, and Flash look and then look away.
That's just not good enough. Let's say that like it is. Like, if you want to win against VP, you have to do better than that. And I kind of felt like they had a really good round to begin with there.
Yeah.
Like, Flash came and they got the initial peak. They got smokes down. Just a bunch of individual mistakes making them lose this round, and you cannot make individual mistakes. VP are going to punish you, and that's what I think they did very well on map 1. They were not making mistakes; they were punishing the mistakes of VP. This time around, the tables have turned, and the game is as we would probably expect it to be.
Yeah, this is the kind of scoreline we would have thought. If Flash can put up numbers, they can definitely take rounds, but when it comes to just head-to-head games, this is one that VP should be taking 10 times out of 10.
11 times out of 10.
11 times out of 10, yeah. Wow.
Mathematic impossibility, that was nice.
It's always it's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, dear. Messy round, but VP will get through it with no deaths. The pistols have been pretty unsuccessful for Flash. That's one thing I've noted so far. While they've been able to win 4 spies, when they go for these full Glock rounds, or not even full Glock, just P250 rounds with Deagles and get no armor and no utility as well, they get nothing done. This is on both maps as well. So That's one thing to see, at least for VP. They've been very, very clean on these anti-ecos, keeping 4 or 5 players alive every single time, and good shutting down. But it's the rifles where at least they struggled on Cash. So far, not struggling here as much, but we'll see. We've got the AWP up for Kaze, which we haven't had so far. It's the aggression from Bialy across as Kaze jumps. The flashbang blinds Bialy. How is he left to live for so long? Eventually, he's dropped as kill comes up from both Lovey and Kaze. Double entry found for the T side, already Flash in a great position.
I really like the read from Bialy there. The execution was not up to par with the read, because he reads that they usually smoke top mid and also window, and then they push up behind the smoke, hold behind the smoke. If he gets there before them, he can take a more advantageous duel and kind of hopefully win that. He executes wrongly and doesn't execute well enough. He doesn't get the shots down, even though he had a great position. So it was a gamble he took. I would have taken the same gamble. If I was the coach, I would say that's a great gamble to take, but he messes up in the spray, and then he's down. And with that, also Taz going down, 5v3. This is a great setup for Flash. If they can get the entry here on B, I think like the round is won.
Yeah, but the info grab from Neo, he jumps and spots, and Molly goes down to 60 HP. He has the information.
Where's
What's
the team?
happening for Flash? One by one, they run in, and this is not a mistake you can afford to make. Not up against VP. Attacker now essentially alone in the apartments. Kaze's tagged up and stuck in middle. Stranded here. He gets another kill, so Flash still in this one, but it's 30 seconds left. Both players having rotated from the VP side, and they know where both players and Flash are. So right now, a round that should never have come down to this is looking very, very scary. Snacks on the flank, and this is a position that we've seen VP flank before. Attacker needs to be aware of his backside, and he doesn't turn. He gets spotted. The AWP out. Snacks knows a range in which he can fight, and he'll win it. Kaze's too far away from the bomb, and they know he's on the flank, so Neo not even going to bother trying to fight that. Massive mistakes from Flash. What is that pushing to be?
Well, it wasn't really a push. It was just one guy going in all on his own, and then the rest of the team deciding not to push with him, and that's just basic mistakes you cannot make against a team like VP. Even though they're not playing the best game, they're going to be easily able to shut that down if you give them individual 1v1s. We have a tactical pause coming in from Flash, and I feel like it's about time. They have had some great initial beginnings to the round. I feel like the way that they start off is very good.
Yeah.
The way that they end off is terrible compared to how they start off, because they start out so well.
Yeah, they're usually the players, the teams to get the pick or the first 2 picks, as was in the previous round, but it's the executes where they're falling apart as we get back into things. Going to see Flash back on the buy. Again, they saved that AWP, so that's good for Kaze. He has the money to go for it. Rifles up on everyone else. Fancy's going to be limited on utility unless he goes for either Galil or a UMP, but everyone else has kind of made up for it, so he could afford an AK if he wants to go for it. We'll see. As VP starting to build up their own bank. 10k on Neo and even 5 on Snacks. This isn't too bad considering they have the double open play.
And Neo is looking more and more like his epicenter self, as he is only dead 4 times, and he was at what, 10 frags? Was it 16 or 10? I couldn't really see far away from the monitor, but definitely a very dominating performance. Really showing Flash how to play. Mirage, nice shot from Snacks though. Lovey goes down, and that's a great start. Kaze with the reply, with the refrag, so 1 for 1.
Yeah, so this time it's VP to open up. But again, you talk about the early round kills from Flash, right? They find it, albeit at a revenge kill, being down a man, but a 4v4 going to mean that VP have weaker defense on this B site as they move 2 towards A, 1 back in through the window. That's Pasha. Take the position of Snacks as his own AWP. Casa comes out of the underpass bit. Very, very slow play for Flash. They need to kind of feel out where VP are playing, exactly what sites are stacked. Because right now, they have no information. They're setting up towards A. Again, it's the bomb drop for Flash. Very far back.
And with the way they're getting interconnected onto A ramp, I feel like this bomb should have been picked up 20 to 30 seconds ago. With the way that the other players on the team are. Oh, that's a great entry from Fancy though. Forget about that. Taz though, still alive.
Oh, no, that's... What is going on with Carson? Where's he watching? Taz gets the kill onto his teammate as he runs out onto the bomb site, but Carson's just running on, watching his back in the jungle. They know he's under balcony, or clearly they don't. As Flash, communication errors plague this team. It's not Tai Lu you're watching. As Neo pushes back in through the connector, the bomb's down. So Flash still doable to win this round. It's AWP and Rifle versus AWP and Rifle for the retake. Molotov on this T side, but the backside exposed from Kaze. As well from Fancy. They know where both these T's are as Pasha begins to push back in. It's the fight taken from Fancy. Aggressive positioning, but Pasha, he doesn't check the corner and Kaze will finish things off. What a ridiculous round. I don't even know what went on from both teams, from everyone.
individual mistakes from both sides. I really like Fancy's entry coming into that bomb site, and then the couple of next ones he took. The entry was so on point. If they had shut down Taz as well in that shade position, that would have been the perfect bomb site take. They don't. They allow him somehow to get those couple of frags, which should not be allowed whatsoever. But still, they restabilize, they get a couple of frags, they get Fancy on 3, and it's now 4 rounds for Flash. They can still make, let's say, a 6-9. That's not a terrible T-half here in Mirage.
I mean, if they win this round, they win next, right? Assuming, because VP's money is so low after fully investing in that double AWP once again.
Yes.
So if Flash win this, 9-6 looking very, very doable.
And
Issue is, not off to a good start.
No, Snax also gets one, so we can kind of forget about that. As Karsa looking to bring it home all on his own. 2 teammates setting up towards A, and look at this from Bialy. That's just the off angle. He's at least going to get one, maybe even the double. And he does. Bialy on point.
Reset for VP found, and Flash already had no money in the bank, so that's pretty much everything gone. We have to see a force for the final one of the half, so they can put in pistols, UMPs, maybe even a Glil and Lovey, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to result in a round. VP definitely showing up this map, even if they didn't on Cash, looking to bring things to Cobblestone. So again, we're still in a simulation risk. We still have no idea what's going on.
Yep.
They get 16 forward, and now they're 10-4 up. Who even knows?
We'll have to wait and see, basically. We'll take this as it comes. There's no statistics we can lean on. We can just, well, pretty much count on the only thing we know is not what we think ourselves, but what we see. So this is kind of like a reverse Descartes.
Well, Flash setting up outside of B. Luckily enough, VP have pre-rotated Snax in, so they have a bit more manpower on this side to contend with. But the flashes will blind Snax. The AWP unable to strike. The mid-split from Fancy shut down from Neo on short, but Snax is still alive and kicking He Shao in the face of Carcer. One more frag. Does get traded by the Glock though, and Flash are into the bomb site. So they now have the bomb down and an AWP to play with. So right now, Flash in a good position. Lovey follows up onto another player as well. As Pass is shut down. 2 left here for VP. And with this position from Kaze as well, he can just spot the head of Taz, doesn't even need to commit towards the fight, but he gets the information. There's the dink. No, he just falls back, doesn't need to commit to the fight. Taz, you can't save, buddy. It's last round of the half. Lovey's dropped his teammate, and it's the jump shot. The insult to injury for Kaze. Can he land it? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Attack will finish off the job. So that's a round that we didn't expect Flash to win, but getting away with 5.5, I'd say that's not too bad. Given the matchup, forgetting the first map, 5.5 is pretty good.
Look at that. All of them almost on 8 frags. That's pretty insane. But Lovey in that last round, that was a sick play from him. Coming in with the Glock with the first one. Then he picks up the AWP, takes the frag, then goes for the frag towards market as well. And that's just perfect from him. Even though he doesn't have any armor, any utility behind it, just a Glock, he still picks up that AWP, makes a play, and just makes it happen.
Yeah, and again, Neo top of the board here for VP, 19 frags, continuing his performance, as you said earlier on this map, from Epicenter. Obviously on a much lesser scale currently up against Flash, but proving that they can bring this back from the 1-0 deficit and trying to bring this forward to Cobblestone as we head into the second pistol round. VP have been good on the pistols. Can they continue?
Let's see. They are 3 out of 4 so far. They can make it 4 out of 4. If they grab this one, we are 10s but ready to go here. This is the setup seen from VP as per usual. 2 flashbangs of smoke on Taz, and then 4 sets of armor. Which tells us that it's going to be a timing execute, as we usually do see in these kind of rounds. Nothing too fancy about it. On the CT side, we have also what we usually see, a kit and a smoke on one of the players, usually the in-game leader. That's on Casa this round. And then armors on everyone else.
Look at the setup here from Flash. They've actually put 3 players in the bomb site, or at least 1 holding towards CT and 1 in jungle, but also a balcony player. So this is a good setup for Flash, right? They have enough manpower to contend with this. The issue is, with the smokes going down, that leaves a player on balcony all to himself. Luckily, support comes out from the stairs with a dink. Fancy will find the first kill and doubles down onto 2, but he has to get the reload in, somehow allowed to do so. And it's Kaze to rotate back in to do damage. 2 frags from him. Flash find the round as well. So that's their first pistol out of all of the ones we've seen play.
Fancy's movement in that 3K position was perfect. The way he danced up and down the stairs, and knew exactly when to push towards that A ramp because he heard the reload coming in. That's so on point from him. And he's at 11 right now, but I feel like the frags that he'd had so far in Mirage, I feel like he's my MVP so far if I had to pick one for Flash. He's been playing very well, and that pistol round just sets it into stone, really. Now VP in a position where they, of course, they can get pistol armor and some utility behind it, but this is a very hard round to win for them.
Yeah. Again, it was them to lose the anti-ecos on cash after picking up both pistols. So for them to do the opposite and win the eco or the force seems even more unlikely. Then again, it's VP. Anything is possible. And Snacks could catch out Carcer here through the smoke if they set up a flashbang. Aggressive smoke, but aggressive position to go with it. Carcer 1 kill. Falls back as we did see Snacks in that round in his first half. It's going to be the UMP shutting down towards B. Nice defense from Flash. Good stuff from Lovey as well. And we will see that going their way. So 7 rounds into the CT side. Winning that anti-eco almost cements their chance of finding 8 at the half, as VP don't have any money to work with moving forward. So we should see an 8 to 10, and then the buys start to come in for both teams. There's a good chance Flash could pull this one back.
And even though we only seen pistols so far from VP, I feel like the way that Flash Gaming have played these couple of rounds, they're very good at fracking for each other, and that's, I think, the one thing that I needed to see from them on this CT Starladder Mirage is how well are they going to be matching up. If, let's say, you have a player with an aggressive position, gets 1 frag, rotates back, and needs backup, how quick can you come in with the rotation? How much do you know about your teammates, how you're going to rotate and play that position? Now, Pasha with the block gets 1. Attacker sprays it down, triple for him. As we do have eco frags, left, right, center. Lovely with the last one.
Well, attacker goes down, M4 dropped but retrieved, so Flash keep it going into the next round. Unfortunately losing a little bit of money to the Glocks there, but it won't be too big of an issue.
Right, Hugo, this is it. This is the buy.
This is the buy.
From BP. Don't forget about those ecos, they don't matter. This is the round that matters.
Well, let's see if VP can go strong into their T side, if we'll see Flash bringing things back to a 10-10 scoreline. I, for one, have no idea. I imagine you're in the same boat.
I'm just experiencing all these that happens right now.
It is an experience indeed. Watching a VP match always is. Kaze, I like this. Little one-way smoke allows them to peek towards the top and middle, but the issue is it's such an abstract smoke, such a weird position that VP are likely to look at it and go, why is that there? There's probably a player. So Pasha keeps his eyes trained, but it's Kaze to do damage. Molotov can go out, but it's actually a molly from his teammate on short to allow him to move back. Hides behind the flames as they create a plume of smoke, and a real plume of smoke going down as well. Snacks has, in the meantime, wrangled his way up the underpass, but too little too late. Kaze's already fallen back.
Yeah, that's nice. He could have gotten a kill there. Instead, he gets, what, 89 damage for nothing apart from that 1 smoke. So that's a really nice position, a really nice one-way smoke coming in. But this is where Taz could open up onto attack because he's so aware of the other angle. And that's a double peek coming in. Lovey with the revenge frag instantly, though. Once again, very nice that they can revenge so instantly.
Yeah, good trades, but look at the damage done. VP with so many low players, no one above 25 here. That being said, they have the man advantage up. And